Hey chat, welcome. It's another evening. We made it. Do you know, chat, I'm not used to going live while there's still some, like, sun in the sky. Now, granted, there isn't much, but, I mean, I guess I've lived through enough summers, but considering my start time is usually around 9 p.m. or just a little bit before, it is a little bit weird. Like, I don't consider that most of the year I'm live and there's just nothing. There's just no light. So here we are. No, I love a little bit of sunlight. I actually get a little bit more, my mood goes up +2 when there's sunlight. So welcome to the stream. I hope you're all doing well. I got a email from Nintendo about these. It's Nintendo Crocs. And I was like, thank you, Nintendo. I will talk about this on my stream. I dislike Crocs. And you know, I didn't even know for a while that those things were like Croc pins or whatever they are. Like Croc charms. Because I just don't look down. You know what I mean? Like I'm not looking at people's fucking feet. So I saw these at like conventions and I was like, well, that's weird. They're not like pins. You can't pin them on something. What are they? I just gave up. And then I found out, I found out a couple years ago, but still. Anyway. I want to take a look at these. I'm not a Croc fan. I know they're easy to make fun of, but you know what? They are huge. There's like outlet malls that have Croc stores. So they're popular and people enjoy them. I just think they're weird. Are these ones kind of cool? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. But like then your feet smells waft through the holes. Like shit, keep them dogs contained, you know what I mean? So there's the Mario level with some Mario and Luigi on there. So that seems to be the main Croc of the collection. Looks like there's some quality insoles and stuff. I don't know, how do you even talk about shoes on a live stream? I don't even know. This one is if you are a Nintendo adult. Listen, don't point and laugh at me. Come on. But, I mean, yeah, they have the Mario hat and, like, they look like slippers more than anything. And you can customize them. But that's the thing, I don't really know. Shoes are a weird thing for me because they became like a collector item and I missed all of it. Now, I'm not necessarily in the circles that are collecting shoes and they became like a hype beast product, which I also was unaware of, like people waiting in line for hours to get shoes and then flip them or save them so that they're worth more money. Now it's just Pokemon cards. So that's kind of my limited knowledge of all that. So shoes for me are more utility than anything else. And I guess if people are looking down, they can see your question mark block on your Mario clog. The name clog annoys me too, even though it's fine. It's fine. You know what? I'm just being unnecessarily evil. Because look at them, they're cute. And Yoshi's on there. I mean, you can't deny that these ones are clever. But again, you have to be some kind of maniac to go around wearing these. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking, like, you know, when I was at Disney, I saw a lot of people wearing a lot of different things, because they're at a theme park. You know what? At the Mario theme park, you wear this shit, you are golden. This is exactly where you're supposed to wear these. Someone said Rocco would. Rocco probably would, yeah, he would rock the shit out of this. I couldn't. I don't think I could. But I mean, this one's kind of cool. It's not something I would ever wear. But I think, yeah, if you're gonna go for a Croc, go for an actual lizard. And then Princess Peach has a little crown and some diamonds or gems rather. I mean, yeah, they're cute. And you can buy these. What are they called? Gibbets? It sounds like a slur in the Mario universe. Oh, they have glamour shots too, including Crocs on some bricks. Whose idea was this? This is a interesting idea. They're like, well, what does Mario stand on? I guess bricks. Man. And then rocks, too. A ladder with actual mushrooms. Okay. Okay, on like, yeah, alright. Yoshi. Brick tulip. I mean, they did a good job with the photos. So there you go. That's Mario Crocs. Like I said, I have no real Croc information. Other than I always thought they were a joke, and then I found out they were massively popular. So who knew? Maybe I just don't like fun. Also, chat, when it comes to shoes, I tend to wear Vans almost exclusively. I've had Converse over the years. I've wore, when I was younger, Skechers. Vans seem to fit whatever antiquated style from the 90s that I've refused to let go of. So I like them. There's usually some new stuff that looks very similar to the old stuff. I'm like, wow, that's cool. And it's the same shoe, but like one detail's different. So it's fine. Reminder that Crocs only got popular because Mike Judge got them for Idiocracy because they looked dumb. Huh. Would you ever name Vinesauce-themed Vans if given the chance? If I could collab with Vans, I would. Actually, I think that would be awesome. Again, potential sales of said Vans would probably only be in the dozens. But, yeah, I mean, it would probably be a dark green shoe. They probably made 1,000 of the design that I would, probably lean towards. But that'll be cool. Or Red Vox Vans would be cool too. I wore, for a while, I was wearing like a darker red and black Vans shoe, and I liked that a lot. That was a good one. But then when you wear out the shoe, they have a whole new line of shoes. So you kind of, if you walk a lot and you end up kind of like, wearing it down a little bit, not too much. I mean, I'm not saying they're like fucking worn down to the sole or anything like that, but I do wonder if they ever reprint old designs. They probably do. One more thing, speaking of clothes, this is unrelated, kind of, but it's also a little related. I saw this image recently, and I just thought this was wonderful. It's the William Shatner JCPenney collection. This is from 1976. Step into the 23rd century with clothing that's out of this world. The Shatner collection by JCPenney brings you futuristic stylings with earthly comfort. Tailored for action, designed for the future, worn by a legend. So what happened to this? This reminds me of 2001: A Space Odyssey a little too, and also, of course, Star Trek: The Motion Picture, which I think many people dislike the uniforms in the motion picture. I'm not a fan, but I also feel like the red naval uniforms that were later were also a little bland. They were cool at first, but then they kind of get old. But hang on, Star Trek motion picture uniforms. They're all really weird pastel colors, like here the motion pictures like light browns, tans, light blue, a lot of white, some flecks of gold. You know what? They're kind of cool. Everyone's just like bald in chat right now. Who is the bald lady? That's Ilya, I think. Ilya? And she becomes like a sex creature. It's a long story. I don't know if I would I don't know if I want to spoil the whole movie, but it's a really, really cool movie. I like it a lot, actually. Star Trek: The Motion Picture. But the uniforms were just, like, serious. Okay, good job there. They were... they were weird because in all of the other Star Trek, they didn't really, they didn't, oh my god, never mind. They didn't have these types of colors. And for just one movie, it was very, very 70s, like Saturday Night Fever. I'm like, so that's what this reminds me of. Like, this is an actual uniform, like, from the motion picture, but as a suit. I don't know. I kind of think it looks cool. I don't know if that's the future we were meant for. It was a nice try, but I guess it was just too weird. The future is tan. I mean, look at the Enterprise D. Also, carpeting, very tan, pastel, very, like, light colors. They thought that was the future. Shatner points out that in 1976 Star Trek was in syndication and that this ad is fake. Oh, really? Is this real? Hang on a second. Shatner. Let's find out. It's Shatner says, I see the gullible are out in force this morning pushing a fake AI JCPenney ad. Look at the word registered in the bottom left. I got had? Ooh, I got had! In 76, I was not starring in Star Trek. It was in syndication on afternoon TV, and no store would ever use the tagline, shop till it makes sense. Wait a minute! I think they might! Wow, I got duped. Live on stream. I'm gonna be real, though. The reason I thought this was real is because of the motion picture. I thought maybe he was, like, he signed on for it, and then, you know, they did this, like, promo together as, like, a way to cross-promote the movie. What I didn't consider is that 1976 was before Star Wars came out, and before Star Wars came out, no one wanted to make a Star Trek movie. After Star Wars came out, they were like, quick, make a movie of Star Trek, it'll make a ton of money. Why didn't you consider that everything is fake now? I know. Yeah, it's a really, it's a crazy thing that you have to do. And people are just like charlatans out there, just making this stuff for the love of the game. I suppose Photoshops were always kind of a thing, but yeah. Well, anyway, welcome to the stream. One second, chat. I'm just banning William Shatner. Alright. Okay, welcome everybody to the stream tonight. We're gonna play some Subnautica 2, and we're gonna play a little bit of Mina the Hollower. Hope you're all doing well. Also, thank you for the submissions for editor. There are now way more than we can keep up with, which is very cool, but also way more than we can keep up with. So, you know, we'll do our best, but thanks for the interest. Will there be Baby Yoshi game some other day? Baby Yoshi game could continue. I'm prioritizing some other things right now, but I liked Baby Yoshi game. I think once I'm done with a couple games, I will return to it. It's good. All right. We're compiling shaders, so I'm still going to talk. Johnny's still editing, right? Johnny's my homeboy. Johnny is always around, but Johnny doesn't do as much editing. he kind of edits. Well, what he does is he edits the videos down for full sauce and makes thumbnails, uploads. He does some editing for some stuff here and there, but you know, he's also got his own stuff he's doing. So yeah, he's not doing like highlight videos. That's why we do kind of like a freelance sort of thing, where it's like, hey, you get a flat rate if you make a video. But that's why it's good to have ideas for like, here's what would help the channel in some way, or here's what people want to see, here's what I would want to see, so I'm going to edit it. And then we throw out ideas once in a while too. But I think we're getting some really good applications, because you know what? The purpose of the highlight channel at this point is, and I think, you know, restructuring a couple things here or there, like in terms of best ofs and having them be a little bit more rare. But here's what I think the purpose of the channel is. People are at work, they're busy, they can't keep up with streams. Maybe here's something they can watch for 10, 15 minutes. Something like that. And also, you know, the other thing is it might bring in new people, but I think those days are kind of over. I don't do enough drama. Yeah. Just make TikToks. Yeah, that, you wouldn't believe how unreasonably scummy TikTok is. You can do a booty dance for hours, but as soon as you upload something from a stream, or from like a cartoon or a video game that you streamed, they'll say it's bad content, it's not unique, it's adult content. If you say fuck, you know, if you have like a second of Star Wars music, it's a mess. So, yeah, unfortunately, TikTok kind of blows. You can bring in new people, it's just that the highlights channel is all over the place. At least to me, I'm a 10+ year viewer. Well, that's useful. Please, genuinely, vinesauce.email, let me know what you think. What do you think would improve it? It's all really helpful to know what people want. But also, last thing I'll say before I begin Subnautica 2 is, it is hard to know what to do with some of this stuff. Like shorts, do you do, you know, 30 seconds of a thing? Like, how do you continue to get your stuff out there so that people want to watch it and they're interested and they might click and want to go to the streams? It's like kind of a new world out there a little bit, and it's hard to know exactly what you must do. I know what I would do if I was just starting out, which is I would just die. But it's a lot to keep up with on top of my music career too. Anyway,